As a wise person once said, everything that can be said has been said, but not everyone has said it. But it's an honor to be here with my colleagues in defense of New York, in defense of America, against the worst piece of legislation in the recent history of our country. The Republican reconciliation bill is as fraudulent as the populism of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is betraying the very working people that he pretends to champion. The so-called Big Beautiful Bill would cause 17 million people to lose access to health care. It would slash Medicaid and children's health care by $1 trillion, the largest health care cut in history. It would slash SNAP by $300 billion, the largest food assistance cut in history. It would raise the cost of electricity for families by an average of 7% and for businesses by an average of 10%, with increases as high as 33% in the hardest hit states. And it would add trillions of dollars to the debt, putting our country at risk of a debt spiral. Right? The so-called Big Beautiful Bill is not only a redistribution of wealth from the rich, from the poor to the rich, but it's also a redistribution of wealth from America to foreign bondholders. Instead of paying $1 trillion a year in debt, we're going to pay $2 trillion a year in debt, which is money not spent on health care and housing and higher education. And so I have a simple question for the so-called moderate Republicans in the New York delegation. Where do your loyalties lie? Do your loyalties lie with America or with Donald Trump? Does it lie with New York or with Donald Trump? Does it lie with working people or Donald Trump? And the so-called moderates in New York and elsewhere have consistently chosen Donald Trump over the American people and the people of New York. You know, when America sneezes, the Bronx gets the flu. The Bronx is going to be the hardest hit by the $1 trillion cut to Medicaid and the $300 billion cut to SNAP. The Bronx is ground zero for food insecurity. 1/3 of my constituents are enrolled in SNAP. And the problem is not that the social safety net is overfunded. The problem is that the social safety net is underfunded. The daily budget for SNAP is $6 a day. A cup of coffee could cost more than $6. And when you factor in the impact of inflation and factor in Trump's 30% cut to SNAP, it's down to $3.15. So we're going to leave the working poor with $1 per meal every day in order to hand massive tax breaks to the likes of Elon Musk, who has a net worth of upward of $400 billion. I have constituents who, after paying all their bills, live on $20 a day. And we're going to cut health care and food for those living on $20 a day to hand massive tax cuts to billionaires and millionaires. There is something profoundly wrong with this picture. The so-called Big Beautiful Bill is ugliness, pretending to be beauty. It is an American nightmare, pretending to be an American dream. And it will not put America first. It will put America last. It will put New York last. And those Republicans who vote for it, let's just say there will be consequences. The SALT tax won't be the only thing with an expiration date. Thank you.